Chapter 9 EX was an excellent change of pace for Part 2, and so I was really excited for Chapter 10 to release. It came out a few days ago, and my verdict? It's fine. I'm pretty neutral on it. It's not bad, but I can't say I'm satisfied with it. You probably noticed that this video isn't long, and that's because there isn't a lot to talk about or theorize with this chapter. It reminds me of Chapter 4, where it was mostly slice of life happy times, except Chapter 4 had some interesting lore bits scattered about. This chapter has even less of that. The ending didn't really feel like an ending to me. It felt like the chapter was just starting to get interesting. You can take that statement however you'd like. I'm not here to hate on this chapter. I liked some of the slice of life moments. There's an Inside Out parody and a Town of Salem reference. It was great. I just personally enjoy lore heavy chapters more. That's just me. The chapter begins with Dreamseeker entering the first sector, which is a town called Defain, the first town ever built on Mars. Oxia and Link 2 don't even exist at this time. This is the most Senadina we've gotten since Chapter 3. It's not Dreamseeker Senadina, we still don't know where that one went. This is Goddess Senadina / Layla Senadina, because this is the first sector in Layla's first memory. The first hour and a half of this chapter is a straight-up rom-com with Dreamseeker overthinking everything and an oops clumsy me moment, which I'll admit, that was funny. Then we meet Little Layla. Little Layla is really cute, kind, and considerate. What happened? Because she is nothing but annoying now. We find out that the Tower of Ruimu was originally meant for Senadina. I guess that's why Layla was always moping in that tower in the last arc. She was reminding herself of what could have been. Dreamseeker starts realizing that the people in Defain are the same people in Oxia from the first arc. She also starts wondering why no one has mentioned Defain in the other arcs, and it's all supposed to imply that a disaster is going to hit Defain. We go to Goddess Senadina's house that looks exactly like ours, and it turns out Naralab, Litost, Senadina, and Layla all used to live together and chill here. The main crew starts theorizing about the imaginary tree, the sieve quanta, and the sieve data, which, to be honest, went over my head a little bit, but here's what I got. The sieve quanta is more important and powerful than the imaginary tree on Mars, which is the exact opposite of how it is on Earth, where the imaginary tree is more powerful. As a reminder, every leaf on the imaginary tree is a bubble universe. A leaf from the imaginary tree got too close to the sieve quanta, therefore corrupting a lot of things and creating the sieve data. This is where this conversation went over my head, though. Are they saying the sieve data was never meant to exist? We'll go with that for now. Since the sieve data was created by accident and never meant to be, it's sort of this non-stop malevolent force that is trying to corrupt everything. This is most prominently shown in the first arc. It is said that the Defain residents got sucked up by the sieve data. The more time they were in the sieve data, the more they forgot who they were, until they were fished out decades later by the Sieve Data Research Institute in Oxia and became Oxian residents. After that, the whole group plays Truth or Dare, where Senadina admits to seeing someone in her dreams, but won't admit anything else. Little Layla later gives us Senadina's notebook, where we see the girls that have appeared in her dreams, Kiana and Vita. This is the most interesting part of the chapter for me. This is a loaded image. We have always known Goddess Senadina had contact with Kiana. It's one of the biggest mysteries of Part 2, along with the fact that shortly after that, she went into a coma. But Vita? We haven't even seen them interact. She only joined the main crew after Senadina disappeared in Chapter 3 EX. Now that I think about it, Maybe that was intentional, or maybe I'm just overthinking this. Also, what is Vita wearing? She looks like a maiden. What is all of this? This just makes me excited for chapter 11 because we're going to start questioning Senadina on this, and I feel like the real lore of this arc will begin. One more thing, in Dreamseeker's house back in Noxia, there are pictures of the sectors, but in Senadina's home in this chapter, she has pictures of Defain, but also completely new places we've never seen before. New sectors? How is that possible? We are at the first one, we skipped the rest. There are now 3 sectors that are a complete mystery to us, and that's kind of exciting. They look really cool too, so hopefully we actually get to go to these places in the future. That's all for the lore for this chapter. Like I said, I don't have a lot of thoughts on this chapter. I think it's fine, but I hope you at least learned something new. If you want more lore breakdowns of gotcha games, then hit like and subscribe. I do this all the time on my channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.